official's hand. Thank you, my brother.
drive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Folks, welcome that are tuning in. I want to give you an update of what is happening with this. Of course, you can see there's a delay. A pane of glass broke in the visitors' penalty box. And what I've heard that is happening right now is they have a replacement glass. The issue is they've got to get it from one part of the rink to here. They are still cleaning up. You can see all the glass, and you saw some live shots from inside the penalty box of them cleaning all that up. They have a vacuum. They are getting all of any kind of glass or shards cleaned up and ready to go. Our latest estimate is we're looking about a 6:30 to 6:45 start. By the time everything gets cleaned up, they will resurface the ice and we'll have a 5-minute warm-up, and then we will go to the senior night program with just 2 seniors for Drury, and then we'll get the game started. So we're looking right now total at about a 45-minute delay. And again, this is the latest that I know, and it all depends on how fast, and when I mean fast, they're not doing a very fast job at making sure all the glass is cleaned up, but however long that takes, probably another half hour, and by the time we get into the game, we're looking at about a 45-minute delay at this point. So that's what we know. We will figure out our timing and when we want to get into our pregame and get things ready, but until then, that is what I know. I'll keep you updated as we continue to understand what is happening here. But until then, We'll be back with another update here shortly.
Brightspeed Ice Park personnel are diligently working hard to fix this. They have the pane of glass. So here's what's going to happen. All right. We are going to get the pane of glass installed. Then the Zamboni is going to make a track around the Stan Melton Arena ice rink to pick up any residual glass that has been shattered. After that, both teams will come out for a 5-minute warm-up. After the 5-minute warm-up, we will honor our 2 senior players for Drury University hockey, and then we will announce our starting lineups, and then we will start playing hockey. There will be a hockey game, and my guess, what I've been told, is we're about 30 minutes away. Thank you for your patience. Now would be a great time to go visit the concession stand if you would like. Also...
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, Scott, in just a moment. I think what we'll do is we'll get into our opening and our pregame, and if we have any extra time, we'll just figure it all out. That's the best we can do right now. As you heard from Kevin Klein, public address announcer, just like I mentioned, that is what's going to happen. You can see they are trying to fit that painted glass in there. And the biggest issue is making sure that that glass does fit within the stanchions and supports, and that they have cleaned out all of that glass. A lot easier, a lot quicker than I thought it would be. And I don't know if they've... Now that, I can tell you right now, that is a very, not to use the word cheap, but it is a plastic type plexi. It is not a glass. So there used to be the plastic plexi type glass boards that they used to use here for a while, realized they are really not the best, and so they've gone to the glass as a replacement, but this one is definitely a temporary one. So I think what we'll do is, they were saying about 30 minutes. And then we can get ready for all of this. So probably in the next 10-15 minutes or so, we'll get ready to get into our pregame. Again, we did not expect this. We saw the referee telling all the players to get off the ice during warm-ups. And quite frankly, I thought at one point, because players were gathered at center ice, and I thought maybe there was an issue going on. But the officials were basically talking to captains, trying to tell them what all they want as far as a potential protocol here. So we'll return you back to our opening screen, and we should get our portion of the broadcast underway in maybe about 5 to 10 minutes. But that's the update here that we have for you from Brightspeed Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Again, thanks for bearing with us.
quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt to fall survive.
Thank you. So, why Springfield?
I get asked that a lot, and I choose to live here because Springfield is a place that I can enjoy the life I want.
I love the outdoors.
You can be on the lake in just a short drive.
It only takes me 10 minutes to get to work.
Or off to anywhere in the world.
I know my kids will be safe and well educated.
There are really good job opportunities after graduation.
I'm able to work remotely and create on a high level.
The healthcare options in this area are incredible.
The options for housing and cost of living are so affordable.
We have room to create.
I love to experience the excitement of sports.
Can't beat the food.
Or the drinks.
Why Springfield? Because all the pieces you need to create your own story are here. The only thing missing is you.
Well, there are many great veterans organizations that help our wounded warriors. It's invisible wounds that go unrecognized, leading to addiction, brokenness, and often suicide. The Warriors Journey is a nationally recognized veterans nonprofit headquartered here in Springfield, Missouri. Our programs have helped over 15,000 warriors face those invisible challenges, saving thousands of lives and restoring countless families. No paperwork, no red tape. Learn more at twj.org or text us at 213-TWJ-HELP. Bye, honey. We love you.
How do you become the person you're really meant to be? How do you reach beyond what you thought was possible? the answer isn't about the destination. It's in the journey. It starts when you become part of something bigger. When you join a community that works together to lift each other up. A place where you form lifelong relationships and encounter life-changing experiences. It all starts when you go beyond. At Drury University, we take a personalized approach in combining hands-on learning, meaningful mentorship, and real-world results to make sure you have every opportunity to succeed in both your life and career. Maybe it's fusing your passion for research with your devotion to caring for others, or turning your love of learning into a lifetime of teaching. Maybe it's realizing a busy life doesn't mean you have to give up on your lifelong dreams, or using music to do something more than just entertain, or combining your entrepreneurial spirit with your affection for the arts. The path you take is up to you, but you won't be alone. Along the way, you'll receive mentorship from faculty who take the time to understand you, whether it's staying after class to look over an assignment, or just hanging out during office hours. Your journey starts here, but the Drury experience goes beyond the boundaries of the classroom and around the world. So get outside your comfort zone, join a club, play a sport, get loud, take center stage. Ask to have class outside just because you can. Fuse your brightest ideas with your best memories. And if you get knocked down, get back up. We'll be here for you. This is your journey. This is where you belong. Look around. This is where you become who you're meant to be.
Today will not be easy. But you did not choose the easy path. Easy is not who we are. We are Drury!
You will be tested every minute that you are out there. And you will be better for it. We are
Drury! There's no time for fear in this room. When I look in your eyes, I see focus. I see intensity. I see an unrelenting desire to be unstoppable.
You have been waiting for this moment, and your moment is here. Who are we? We are Drury!
Who are we? We are Drury! Who are we? We are!
Live from Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. It is game 2 between Drury University and Illinois State. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson with you. We are late. Yes, we are. We know that. But it's because of the broken ice, the pane of ice that has been fixed temporarily as we welcome you in to the Big Slice broadcast booth. But we have established it. There it is right there. You can see it behind the Big Slice broadcast booth logo. But the fixed area to the right where the ladder is, they fixed that painted glass. They've got everything set up. We are ready to go here momentarily. Again, the protocol is going to be that they have zammed the ice, and then they have they've delayed. They've decided not to have the starting lineup introductions. They'll do it during warm-ups, and when they do that, we will also get into our pregame report. But yes, we were delayed because of that broken painted glass, and they're getting ready to get to the warm-ups. Let's get to the WSR pregame report here. Well, there we go. You know I'm real. As we get to the pregame report between these two teams, as yesterday was a big 8-4 win for the Drury Panthers. Ethan O'Rourke gets a goal along with Jackson Truchon. Also in on the scoring was Jared Gale, although there was also a goal by KT Walters on the power play sandwiched in between that, Tyson Horiachka, and also a goal from Daniel Beaupre. Truxaw will get a goal in the first period for Illinois State, and of course that is Sam Truxaw. Then in the second period, just one goal each side, as Bosher gets a goal along with Will Chicarico. And then in the third period, Lucas Sadownik gets a goal after a couple from Weinkauf and Day for Illinois State. And of course the victory to the Panthers, who are now second year in a row. They have at least 20 wins. Shots on goal, a lot of them, as there were 54, I believe that is 45 if I have that right on my additions here, to 27. That is your wrap-up for yesterday's game. As we'll take a look at some of the leaders for these two teams. Daniel Beaupre leads now with Beaupre's tallies in yesterday's game. Beaupre gets his goal number 15 yesterday, so he has 31 points. And Malgarcha with 11 goals and 18 assists. KT Walters with 12 goals and 28 points. Luke Aston with 7 goals and 24 points. And Grady Sterling-Ponick now in 5th place. 3 goals and 21 assists. 8 different Panthers scored last night. For the Redbirds, Jacob Switek now in first with 27 points. Well, he's been. Sam Truxaw with 22, 9 goals to his credit. Giovanni Barghini with 11 goals and 18 points. And Will Chicarico, 9 goals, 18 points. Connor O'Neill, 2 goals and 17 for him. Luka Weinkauf and Dominic Dagger are the only ones that have shorthanded goals, especially the shorty by Weinkauf yesterday. Starting goaltenders, well, Joshua Robbins is going to make his first start tonight. He's also a graduating senior, and he will make his first start, so his numbers are 0. Now, the last start for Robbins, it was a career-high 59 shots against in a 7-6 victory over Iowa on December 9th, 2023. Stopped 53 of 59. And the other starter tonight for Illinois State, that will be Larkin Dolan. Now, Dolan yesterday came in relief of Cole Walter, and he gets himself the start here once tonight. 3-2 with a 3.50 goals against average and a .907 save percentage. The matchup between these two teams, of course, the Panthers lead in all categories. The record, the goals for, the goals against, the goals differential. On the power play, 24.8%, and the penalty kill, 84% for the Panthers. They have killed all but 13 of those 81 penalties. That will wrap things up for our matchup and the WSR pregame report. Again, the on-ice festivities are actually taking place right now. Let's join Kevin Klein.
The broadcast team from Web Sports Radio is Steve Casson and Scott Lutsky. Our music director is the Countess of Croon, Jaden Robb. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visitors from Illinois State University. At left wing, number 20, Giovanni Barghini. At right wing, number 8, Luca Weinkopf. At center, number 92, Dominic Dager. At left defense, number 16, Mason Kerr. At right defense, number 55, Declan McDermott. In goal, number 31, Larkin Dolan. The Redbirds head coach is Christopher Pruitt. Assistants, Kevin Tompkins and Alex Latsky.
And in a moment, we should get the Drury lineup from Kevin Klein. Again, if you joined us late, a delay because of a broken pane of glass in the penalty box.
And now for the starting lineup for your Drury University Panthers. At left wing, a sophomore from Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada, number 88, Anmo Garcha. At right wing, a freshman from Langley, British Columbia, Canada, number 21, Nolan Boucher. At center, a sophomore from North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, number 8, Daniel Beaupre. At left defense, a sophomore from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, number 24, Adam Layden. And we will save the final two as we meet them. They are our two lone seniors. You'll meet them momentarily.
Again, senior night here at Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena for the Drury Panthers. And we mentioned one making his first start here this season. And that's Josh Robinson out of Blackie, Alberta, Canada. He did play in the Nationals, 24-25, 1-0. In 23-24, he was 8-1-2 with a 2.93 goals against average and a 9.14
The head coach
save percentage.
For the Drury Panthers is Jeremy Law. Assistant coach is Cliff Cook. And the Panthers athletic trainer is Corey Roy. Fans, it is senior night, so we will introduce to you the two seniors for your Drury University D1 Panthers. Please welcome senior defenseman, number 13, Francis Youngmanar. A native of St. Paul, Abbotsford, Quebec, Canada, Francis began his collegiate career at the NCAA Division III level with Rivier University in 2021-22 and Castleton University 2022-23. Following his NCAA career, Francis joined the Panthers in their final season as an ACHA Division II program and helped lead a program turnaround, which included a berth in the ACHA Central Regional Tournament in just the program's second season. Last season, Francis was named an assistant captain of the Panthers' first ACHA Division I team and proved his talent and experience in helping the Panthers to an historic ACHA National Tournament quarterfinals run, averaging nearly a point per game during the regular season. This year, he's once again provided his leadership to the Panthers in helping them to the highest ranking in program history and setting the team up for yet another ACHA National Tournament run. In his 81 total games at Drury, including his ACHA Division II season, Francis has collected 71 points, good for second all-time in program history and first among defensemen. Francis, who has been a fixture on the Drury University Dean's List each semester since arriving in Springfield, will be graduating with a degree in business economics and finance with a minor in marketing. Your starting right defenseman. Panthers fans, give a big round of applause for number 13, Big French, Francis Youngmanard. And in goal, a senior, number 31, Joshua Robbins. A native of Blackie, Alberta, Canada, Josh is a founding member of the Panthers hockey program, having joined the team for the inaugural 22-23 season. He is the only original member of the program still with the Division I team. In his 4 seasons at Drury, Joshua has amassed a 17-9-3 record, including 5-0-0 at the Division I level and 8-1-2 in the Panthers' final Division II season, in which they qualified for the ACHA Central Division Regional Tournament, where he picked up the only win for the Panthers at the tournament. Josh has a career 3.35 goals against average and a .903 save percentage, and picked up his only career shutout in a 22 save performance against Oklahoma State University to start the 23-24 season. That same season, he faced 59 shots in a Panthers win over the University of Iowa, which remains the most shots faced by a Panthers goaltender in any game. Like Francis, Joshua has been a mainstay on the Drury University's Dean's List throughout his college career as he completes his degree in finance with a minor in architecture and design, but going on to further his education in architecture and design. Panthers fans, once again, let's give a big round of applause for your starting goaltender, number 31, Josh Robbins. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask if you're able to stand. And gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. At this time, we ask both team captains to make their way to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. This is a first in Drury University hockey program history. Skating the puck onto the ice is competitive figure skater and skating coach here at Brightspeed Ice Park, Nicolette Zangara. Last October, Nicolette passed the highest skating skills test in the adult track, earning gold. She is a familiar face to the Ozarks, as she was an Emmy-nominated, award-winning weather forecaster on KY3. She is currently the Public Information Officer for Springfield Greene County's Office of Emergency Management. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicolette Zangara. And, by the way, Nicolette is available for private coaching lessons if you're wanting to be a better skater, be it a figure or hockey skater. Nicolette Zangara, thank you so much.
That's definitely a first. I can skate, but I cannot figure skate like that, that's for sure. So we get ready, 45 minutes late exactly, but we're going to drop the puck here for game number 2 between Drury and Illinois State. I'm Steve Casson. Scott Lutzke keeps us on the air, keeps all the technical things working. Now, there is a player in the box, I don't know why. But here we go. Could be for, well, it's nothing's on the board.
A 10-minute misconduct for breaking pregame protocol to number 39, Sam Trucksaw.
There you go. So it's 10 minutes for apparently breaking some kind of pregame protocol, which, meanwhile, that doesn't hurt anybody as far as the penalty box, except for Trucksaw being in there for 10. Now backhander comes in, and a shot by Jacob Switek is sent into the corner. Can see these uniforms much better today compared to yesterday's, so very happy about that. So if you're tuning in from Illinois State, probably be calling your son's or your favorite player's name more often. Here's a backhander in by Will Tracurico. Puck is at the line. Panthers have it. They'll bring it out. Here comes Bosher across. Bosher breaks in. He shoots, and a save. Net is dislodged. Bosher goes to the back of the boards. Net gets replaced by the official, and we play on. First save of the night by Dolan. Panthers bring it in one-handed. Backhander by Walters misses over to the far side to Aston. Stepping in front of everything is Parker Turch, and it is cleared. Panthers have it. They get back on side again. Across the line, out in front, it hit the post right side. Aston got a drive. Panthers will keep the pressure on. Sending it down low as Lucas Ravenstein did not play in yesterday's game. Off the back of the net to Aston, now to Ravenstein left side. Ravenstein with it, he shoots in, saved Dolan, he'll hold on. 18:11 to go in the period, and 3 shots already on net. Talked to assistant coach Cliff Cook, and he said that when he was up in Montana in the junior program, he coached Larkin Dolan, and I said to him, oh, so you know his moves? And he said, that was 8 or 9 years ago. I can't even remember yesterday. Puck sent down in, over to the near side. Pushing his way through is Devin Jamison. Now it's McDermott with it. Delclan McDermott, 1 goal, 2 assists for him. Puck is tipped, no icing. So coming back in his own zone is Beaupre. He'll swing it over to the far side. They look for Joe Davidson. Puck is deflected, tipped now. Caden Day is there, got a goal yesterday, but the Panthers will intercept. They'll bring it across the line. Davidson waits, spins around, looking for something. Goes over to the far side. Now to be taken away by Ryan Sprini. Sprini's pass out to center, and the Panthers will intercept. Across the line into the zone now. St. Clair with a drive. It hits the back of the net after going off the boards. Panthers with it again. Jamison settles it down, but is like 81. Caden Days will steal, and he'll send over to the left side, and the shot comes in for Eddie Peterson. Peterson, coming from the D2 team, has now in his second game looking for some points. Now it's Jared Gale. Got a goal in yesterday's game. Gale sends it over left side. Drive in, save. It was tipped right in front by Ethan O'Rourke off the shot of Gale. 16:54 remaining in the period. And again, if you've just tuned in, we were late getting on the air because of a broken pane of glass. Up top, drive in, save. Ravenstein with the drive. Good save there by Dolan. Puck is kicked out to center. Stepping in front of everybody is Jamison St. Clair. Now over to Brewer. Brewer shovels it ahead. Comes across to O'Rourke. He cannot step around the stick check of Karshan Pishker, but he does give it over to Gale. Now Gale with it. Still looking for down low. Panthers with Beaupre. Right side, Francis Young-Menard, drive in, save, rebound, loose. Chasing it is Layden. Adam Layden now in his just third game for the Panthers. Here's Layden again. He waits, he shoots in, saved by Dolan. He'll hold on. Out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In fact, every player but two are from Canada. Jamison St. Clair, Atkin, Minnesota. And Jackson Truchon, Farmington Hills, Minnesota. Or Michigan, actually. Far side to Barghini. Tipped away by the Panthers. And flipped up into the bench. 15:49 to go in the period. Shot 7-1 in favor of the 20-2 Drury Panthers, ranked number 5. Illinois State ranked 29, coming in at 14-12-2. Panthers chase, Beaupre does. Garcha comes in, trying to help out his Dagger. Now Turch gets checked off the play. Panthers have it right out in front, and a shot missing wide by Beaupre. And at the point, it's Francis Young-Menard to bring it back out. Panthers will set it up. This looks like a different Panther team. Yes, they scored 6 goals in yesterday's game in the first period, but they're putting the pressure on here now. Turned away by Dominic Dagger. Brought out in front across the Panther line, and it tips out where it'll be grabbed by Jacob Switek. 10 goals, 16 assists for him. Now 15 to go in the first period. Play at the half boards. Or at the front wall. Panthers bring it across. Here's Beaupre with a drive, and it gets deflected up. Stays in the zone, though. Beaupre to go for a line change. Panthers had it for a moment. It was a backhander by Brewer that was intercepted by the Redbirds. Pavel Botkin to chase. Kerr is able to clear. Makes its way now to Jacob Switek. He'll drive it down in. Panthers with Ravenstein. Intercepted. Grabbed out now by O'Rourke. Across the line, getting a stick held, trying to kick it forward is Walters. KT with it. KT looks. We're going to get penalty. Delayed call. The goaltender has come out. And now it's touched up. It will be probably a holding call. Now they're going to say slash. So Switek will go in for slash. Looked like a holding to me, but either way, it's fine. You see 2 players in there. Still about 4:08 remaining before Trucksaw can get out. So it's a power play for the Panthers.
22, Jacob Switek. 2-minute minor for slashing. Time of the penalty, 5:52.
Well, the Panthers will send it down in. Stopped by Dolan. Just one shot on net for Josh Robbins. making his first start here this season for the Panthers. Drury. Across the line, Johnston drops it to Beaupre. Now down in low. Back cycling through is Francis Young-Menard on the left side now. Up top to Walters. Garcha. Power play is 107. Garcha again lets it go. Drop down to Beaupre. Now shoveled in front to Garcha. He'll have it, looking around. Young-Menard, left circle. Power play for 54. Garcha. He'll finally regain, and as he got it, Young-Menard went down in low. He wasn't in position, and everyone will change on the clear. Panthers bring it across the line. Here is Truchon with a drive, and Jackson, no, that was Jameson. That was 81, not 71. I should know that. Truchon's a little shorter. Here is Jameson, still with the puck. Up top. Panthers moving it. Here goes to Luke Aston. Oh, bad pass. The Panthers keep it in, though. Ravenstein up with a drive, and Dolan makes the save as he sent it over to Aston, and Dolan not happy with people in front of him in his crease. No harm, no foul. We'll have a change here with 7 seconds remaining in the power play. Panthers 24.8 coming into today's game. Now with 5, here's a drive in, save, rebound loose on the shot by Brewer. Power play is expired. It is cleared down by Parker Church and back down for the Panthers. 11:58 to go in the period. Here leading it, trying to get to it was St. Clair. The goaltender Dolan comes out to clear, but the Panthers keep it in. Gale does. Gale drops it around the official. Gale actually gets inadvertently high stick by his own player in St. Clair. Now it comes across to Pavel Botkin. Botkin has it broken up. Centered up the middle, and a shot and a save as Switek got it. Now we get a penalty. No, is it not a penalty? No, Panthers have possession. No penalty. A player's down. That is Botkin. 1:16 to go. Add an extra 10 minutes on that. So 11:16. As play comes back down, and Robbins will clear it into the corner. Intercepted by Boucher. Lead pass goes to the Panthers' Beaupre. Beaupre's centering pass up the middle, drive, blockered off of Boucher. Sprini will get it out to Day, and he'll send it in. 10:45 to go in the period. Shots 10-2 in favor of the Panthers. Still no score. Panthers have scored the first goal in 18 of 22 games this season. KT Walters has 4 first goal scores. Puck tipped down in. Garcha will look for it. Behind the net. Boucher is in there. He'll steal. Centering pass. Sprini breaks it up, and he'll have possession of it. Sprini trying to make it through. Ryan has 3 goals and 1 assist in this season. Line change for the Panthers. Redbirds changed 2. Drury keeps it in. Now a left side drive missing by Aston. Here's Johnston. Gets around the stick check of Mason Kerr. Now right to the left side. A drive comes in. Save, rebound, score! Fighting for the puck was Aston. The rebound was put back by Johnston. And the Panthers score the first goal of the game. This will be 19 of 23. There's the putback as Johnston will get his 7th this year. 10:18 will be the time of the goal.
Panthers goal, his 7th of the season, scored by number 29, Matthew Johnston. Assisted on the play by number 18, Luke Aston. Time of the goal, 10:18. Johnston.
Well, 10:18, as I mentioned, Aston with the assist. And the face-off won by the Panthers. They got a drive in. That will be Tyson Horiachka. And it'll be sent out by the Redbirds and Dominic Dagger. All the way down, where putting a hit was Devin Jamison, that is. Yes, it's cold in here. Still is, has been. First time in a while we actually had to walk outside of the rink to stay warm. It's usually the opposite. Here is a shot that's deflected up high as Ravenstein got the shot. And it does hit the netting, so 9:06 to go in the period. Face-off will stay in the Illinois State Redbirds into the ice. Panthers 14-1 at home. They've scored 75, allowed 34. Now here's Tricarico as he rolls it down behind the net. Battle for it on the far side. Panthers trying to move it out, can't do it. Kept in by Botkin. Now Tricarico looking for a centering pass. Panthers, though, do get it, and they bring it out to center. Across the line, here is potential 2-on-2. Newman with a drive, and it was deflected away. They were trying to hit St. Clair. Puck out to center. It'll be grabbed by Botkin and sent into the Panthers zone. Intercepted by Drury. They bring it out on the left side, make that the right side now as they convert and send it down in. Ben Lechner into the near side corner. Tried to hit Day. Day got a goal in yesterday's game. That means he has had in 6 games 1 goal and 4 assists. Panthers 3-on-3 into the zone. Beaupre gets tied up, got a shot off, and it goes wide. Boucher sends it around Lechner, picked up by the Panthers. Working it through is Beaupre. Now behind his own net, racing through is Sam Trucksaw after serving the 10 minutes. Lechner will rip it away as it came out in front to Garcha. And a save by Dolan. So Dolan did not get the loss yesterday. That loss went to starting goaltender Cole Walter. Although he came in relief. Here's a good save on Aston. Steered into the far side. Walters is there checking with Brian Buchholz. Now to the near side again. Chasing it is Church. Aston steps in front of him for the Panthers. Drury with Johnston gaining possession. Johnston works his way down, gets it around Aston. Now over to KT Walters. Back to Aston. Lowell on the goal line. Work to the near side boards. Players converge. Buchholz is there. Walters for the Panthers. He flips it up into the netting. And the face-off will come outside the zone. Now they're going to keep it in. Apparently it might have been tipped. I thought it was a full backhand by him into the net, but they're going to claim it inside the zone. Horiachka comes in to take the draw from Dagger. Oh, getting hit up against the boards was Weinkop. Back down to the Panthers in. Chasing it is Brewer. Now near side. 6:32 to go. Panthers push it ahead into the zone for Davidson. And a backhander is cleared out all the way down. We should get an icing call here. 6:14 to go in the period. 1 goal right now for the Panthers, 10-18. Johnston his 7th, Aston with the assist, and that's where we stand at this point with a 1-0 game. And again, for the Panthers, that is the first goal in 19 of 23 games this year. And that tells you a lot. But then again, their 20-2 record tells you a lot also. Panthers still pushing their way through is St. Clair. Comes out to the line, and it'll be Sadownik. Oh, he tips it away from Weinkauf. 5:48 remaining. Shoveled it ahead to Gale, and a drive by O'Rourke on the backhander goes high. Now Botkin with it. Pavel Botkin, 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points. He has 4 power play goals, and that leads the, well, it's tied actually. Weinkauf also has 4 power play goals. Now carrying a stick across with him is O'Rourke. He shoots in, and Dolan gets a piece of it. Now Garcha back again to O'Rourke, but it's off of his stick. Botkin clears. Panthers steal at center. Now to Garcha. Garcha gets slammed hard by Trucksaw. He gets back up. Play continues. Panthers in their own zone. It'll be Beaupre. He goes coast to coast. Across the line. Beaupre with it to Garcha. Back in front, and a drive by Bosher is steered aside. Rebound loose. Goaltender Dolan thought it was behind him. It did not make it behind him. And was not sitting in the crease. He thought it was. Puck sent in from Francis Young-Menard. Now battle for it behind the net. Helping out for the Panthers, Tegan Newman. Or is that Newman, or is that 21? I think it's 21 Bosher. It is. Now Garcha to Beaupre. They'll work it around. 17-2 are the shots for the Panthers right now. And that tells you the type of defense that they are playing here for their senior graduating goaltender in Josh Robbins. Puck tipped on in. Dolan to steer aside, Panthers to steal. Aston, his backup pass is broken away from Ravenstein, and he'll come back and send it ahead. Now across the line, it'll go to Matthew Johnston. Centers it over Walters. It was tipped behind. It was an open net, but it was tipped the wrong way by Aston. Drop down around again. Losing his stick is Johnston. It got caught in the boards. He said, enough of this, I'm done. He's going to go to the bench. The official gets it unstuck from between the boards. He's holding the stick is the referee, Terry Farrar. Now it goes to Walters. He gets upended by Carson Pishker. Move behind the net. Panthers keep right out in front. Score! Jamison. 2-0 as Aston will get his second assist. He assisted on Johnston. Now he assists on Jamison. And Devin Jamison, goal number 2 this year. The Panthers will get this goal at 16:54. And it's 2-0 Drury.
Panthers goal, his second of the season, scored by number 81, Devin Jamison. Assisted on the play by number 18, Luke Aston. And number 19, K.T. Walters. Time of the goal, 16:54. Jamison,
18th shot, and the Panthers have a 2-0 lead. So do all players have to be named son? Because right now it's Johnson and Jamison who have been getting the goals. I don't know if we have another son on the team. Well, yeah, we do. We have Matthew Johnston, Joe Davidson, and Devin Jameson. So 2 out of 3 right now. Taken by Dagger. He'll try to send it down. He does. Gets it down, and a full sail change for everybody. 1:59 remaining in the period. Lead pass connects with Gale. Driven into the corner. Gale pushes his man. I believe that was Buchholz into the boards. Puck cleared out to center and across the line. Working it is Tricarico. And Tricarico pushed into the boards by Francis Young-Menard. Francis said, move the puck. Now they scrum on the far side. Dugout, driven in by Buchholz. Taken away by the Panthers. Right side to the left side now. Across the line, St. Clair. Drop back. Here's a shot. It hit the post. Tegan Newman with a shot that hit the post. He was that close to getting his second goal of the season. Now St. Clair waits. Goes over with a minute left. Goes to Francis Young-Menard. Sticks behind the net. That is perfect for Church to pick it up. And he'll have it for Iowa State. Church, 1 goal, 1 assist for him as a shot comes in and it's held on to. .6 remaining. And again, shots have been the key for the Panthers. So have faceoffs. They don't win it here. Left side, Switek. He'll try to bring it across the line. In for Ravenstein. Lucas guarding the puck. 30 seconds remaining. Shot into the corner. Just 2 on starting goaltender Josh Robbins. Panthers with possession. They'll bring it across the line now. And having trouble with it is Garcha. Shoveled out with 8 seconds remaining. Bosher in the corner. He'll bring it back, and the Panthers will let time run off. That'll do it for period number 1. A delayed period. We delayed 45 minutes getting started.
Recapping the first period activity. At the 20-minute mark, a 10-minute misconduct for Illinois State. Number 39, Sam Trucksaw, breaking pregame protocol. Illinois State penalty at 5:52 to number 22, Jacob Switek, 2-minute minor for slashing. Drury goal at 10:18, his 7th of the season, scored by number 29, Matthew Johnston, assisted by number 18, Luke Aston. Drury goal at 16:54, his 2nd of the season, scored by number 81, Devin Jameson, assisted by number 18, Luke Aston, and number 19, K.T. Walters.
So that's the information there from public address announcer Kevin Klein. Power plays, the Panthers are 0 for 1. Yet to have a power play are the Redbirds. Penalties right now, 0 for the Panthers and 2 for 12 minutes, including the 10-minute misconduct for the Redbirds. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will hear from KT Walters. We'll do that in mere moments. After 20, 2-0 Drury. They are looking for the sweep this weekend.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created junk email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now with the captain, KT Walters of the Drury Panthers. 11 goals, 16 assists, 27 points. And you would kind of think, oh, man, that's first place. But no, Daniel Beaupre and Anmel Garcha just a point above you. So the three of you guys are kind of neck and neck for the points lead. I'll straight out ask you, do points matter?
I mean, yeah, obviously points matter, but at the end of the day, it's a team game, so as long as we're winning, points are going to come no matter what. And with the record we have, obviously, most of the guys on our team have really good numbers, so it's just a testament to our overall team play.
This is a team that, again, as we come into this interview, 19-2 on the season. You've seen the streaks that this team has done. Did you expect it again this year?
Yeah. I did. Coming into this season with lots of confidence, coming off of Nationals last season, I didn't see a reason why we couldn't kind of replicate what we did last year, and so far we've been able to do that. And the schedule is going to get tougher. We only got 6 games left, but once we get to Nationals, it's coming down to the wire here. So we just gotta. This is where we gotta start building, and our game needs to peak.
When you talk about that, is there anything? I don't want you to give away secrets per se, but is there anything that you guys feel, okay, we've done whatever we've done during the regular season, but in order to be even more successful, we have to do X? I mean, I'm sure you guys have thought about it. And so in a sense, I'm asking you to name something, but not really name something. But
yeah, I mean, I think just with the stiffer competition that we play, you kind of start to see more things in our game that we could be a little bit better at. But that's just got to come together. Like I said, right now, with 6 games left, we need to focus on ourselves and not focus on so much the team we're playing, but focus on what we can do as a group on our end to improve things, like D-zone stuff, making sure our back checks are on point, our passing's got to be on point. Just all the little things, the little cliche things that you always hear. We just got to come together at the right time, and now's the time to do it.
One of the things that I would assume is playing a full 60. Everyone talks about playing a full 60. And you could argue that, well, okay, your 2 losses that you have is maybe you didn't play a full 60. But then again, you could argue a couple of times during the season this year where you turned it on in the 3rd period because you didn't play a full 60. So I'm assuming that is on everybody's mind too.
100%. I don't think there's been a single game this year where we've played a full 60. So that would probably be first and foremost, number one, that we need to figure out. And that's going to be starting tomorrow with Illinois State and this weekend. And like I said, we have 6 games left to really dial in our game here. So hopefully we could string 6 good games together, 6 full 60-minute games, and then that'll carry us into Nationals.
If you look at special teams, for the most part, good special teams, 24.5%. You scored 24 power play goals this season, and penalty kill right up about 84%, only allowed 12 of 79. So special teams-wise, the team's doing what it needs to do, but obviously the biggest key would be staying out of the box.
Totally. That's one of our team's kind of daggers, and we saw that against Maryville. We took penalties, and Maryville was able to capitalize on us. So that's definitely a big thing as well, that we need to stay out of the box. And then another thing too, when we get a power play and we have a chance to score a goal on the power play, we need to bear down a little bit more, I think, on the power play. Yeah, we're 24% on the power play this year, but I think, and everybody in the room could agree, that we could be closer to 30%.
And you could argue that it's zone entries, getting set up on the power play. Sometimes it might take half a minute or a minute to get set up, and by that time you really don't have the time you would need. Not that I'm talking like coach, but is that fair to say that that's part of it?
It's totally fair. Yeah, our breakouts and getting into the zone is is the first thing we need to do in order to start the power play, right? So, yeah, like you said, making that first pass and then being able to actually set up in the zone and initiate a shot on goal is key for our power play, and that's something that we need to look to improve on as well.
Originally, what made you decide to come to Drury?
Coach Jeremy Law, he recruited me pretty good. His father coached up in Canada as well, and I played in the same league that his dad coached in, so I was playing against his dad's teams for a number of years, and that was kind of a connection right there. And then I didn't commit until mid-June, I guess it would have been, of last year. So there was already a bunch of commitments that I'd seen before I committed myself. So just seeing the players that had committed here before me, and I didn't know a lot of them personally, but I knew a bunch of them just from playing against them, and it was, a lot of great players, right? So that would be the biggest reason why I came here. Just the talent that Jeremy recruited, and then the scholarship that was offered as well. It was hard to say no.
KT Walters joining us of the Drury Panthers. What's it been like playing with almost 100% Canadian players?
I mean, I couldn't tell you what it's like otherwise. So it's been great. And then the 2 American players that we have on the team as well are great. There's,
they probably get ribbed a lot.
They're from Minnesota and Michigan, so they could take it.
Okay, there you go. Have you always wanted to play hockey?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing hockey since I was 5 years old, so I couldn't remember a time where I did not want to play hockey. I was skating when I was 2, so yeah, it's been a part of my life, my entire life, and I didn't know any different.
Now, Wayne Gretzky has said that he encourages players to, take the summer off, go play different sports, go do different things. Do you subscribe to that?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Growing up, though, it was kind of spring hockey was the big thing right after the regular season was over. We'd play spring hockey from, April until June, and then have, July and August off to go golfing or to go spend time out on the lake, go wakeboarding and water skiing, that type of stuff. But growing up, I think I was a big golfer. I always played on my school golf teams. So that was kind of the second sport that I played.
Now, you're from Vernon, BC. Whereabouts is that, let's say, compared to Vancouver, which is the only thing I know about BC?
Yeah, so I'm 4 hours, 4 hours east of Vancouver, up in a valley called the Okanagan Valley.
Okay.
45 minutes down the road from Kelowna, which is south of Vernon, and then about an hour and a half southwest, I guess, of Kamloops, British Columbia. So kind of, just about 4 hours away from Vancouver.
In your guesstimation, which is the best province?
Oh, well, British Columbia, for sure, of course. The mountains, the ocean, the lakes, the scenery. I'm sure the other guys on the team from Alberta and Saskatchewan will say, their provinces. But I've lived in Saskatchewan. I like Saskatchewan as well, but I was born and raised in British Columbia, so I'll be biased and say British Columbia.
Now, you said you're up in the mountains, so I would assume you do get a lot of snow.
I mean, not kind of where I live. It's more dry. There's not a lot of snow that we get, but there's a ski hill right in town, so it's about a 20-minute drive up the mountain, and they get a lot of snow up there. We typically don't really see that much snow down in the town. I think this Christmas, when I went back home, it didn't snow until Christmas Eve. So I thought it was gonna be a green Christmas, and then it turned out started snowing late on Christmas Eve. So snow only sticks around for maybe a month and a half.
Okay, so it's obviously better than some of the other provinces where snow hangs around for 6 months sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. I lived further up north in British Columbia in a small town called Dawson Creek, which is 12 hours north of Vernon. And we had winter for 6-7 months out of the year. So my dad would make an outdoor rink, and I'd be skating on the outdoor rink for half the year, and it'd be minus 40 below.
Now, is that where that show came from?
Dawson's Creek? No, I don't think so. No, it didn't come from there. But I know what show you're talking about. But I always thought that too growing up, but I don't think it's from that town there.
Okay, who is your favorite NHL team?
Vancouver Canucks.
Who's your favorite NHL player?
My favorite NHL player is Austin Matthews. I like his shot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, is he someone maybe you modeled your game after, or is there somebody you may have done that with?
Yeah. I mean, I tried to always practice how he shot when he first came into the league. The kind of the pulling into his body and being able to shoot off his, off his toe and pull it into his feet really quick. But a player that I really came to like was Jonathan Marchessault when the Vegas Golden Knights went on their Stanley Cup run there a few years back. And he's a smaller guy. He's like 5'10" maybe, and I'm a smaller guy, so I tried to model my game kind of after him.
Who are you rooting for in the Olympics?
Oh, Canada. Canada for sure. Yeah.
Obviously a dumb question, but
yeah.
I thought I'd catch you.
Yeah, no, not going to catch me there. I like all the sports, though. I'll watch the skiing and the snowboarding and obviously the hockey as well.
Sure. Now, is there anything that you do when you get ready for a game? Do you have to do any kind of ritual or something that makes you feel, I guess, comfortable when you get going?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of things that I don't even realize I do anymore because it's just so routine. But I'd say one thing I like to do is after our off-ice warm-up, I like to go sit in the stands and just kind of visualize, stare at the rink and visualize different plays and stuff. And I do that for maybe 15, 20 minutes before I go down to the room and put my gear on.
Who is the most inspirational player on the team?
Most inspirational player on the team? Oh, that's a good question. There's a few guys. I would say probably that's a really tough one. I'd look at a guy like Matthew Johnston. He doesn't complain. He always goes out there and gives the best effort, and he's always got a positive attitude as well. So I would say him.
Well, KT, at the end of interviews, I always wish players more goals. In this case, you have 11. I'm sure you would not argue with more.
100%. Hopefully,
So
the more the merrier.
Absolutely. I'll wish you more, and at the end of maybe the end of the season, we'll talk about how many more you got after this interview.
Perfect.
All right. Hey, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
KT Walters joining us of the Drury Panthers. We'll take a break. More hockey coming up in a moment.
Tri-Lakes Marine started with Pat and Eric working out of the back of their service truck, repairing boats and keeping folks on the water. Today, Tri-Lakes Marine is the largest Yamaha outboard dealer in the state. At Tri-Lakes Marine, you will find in stock Yamaha outboards, G3 aluminum fishing boats, and a full lineup of Suncatcher pontoon boats. And Tri-Lakes Marine is still a full-service dealer with a complete Yamaha service center because maintenance matters. We take care of our customers. Check out our full lineup of boats and motors at Tri-Lakes Marine, 15 minutes south of Nixa on Highway 160.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology!
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. A little bit of a delayed scenario here. Scott, if you have it by chance, we can show the picture of what delayed us for about 45 minutes as the referee gets the puck ready to go. About a broken pane of glass. That's what caused our issue. And that was a delay of about 30 minutes, but big thank you to the crew that was able to set things up and get all the glass there that we had an issue with, get it all taken care of and vacuumed and everything that they needed to do, which was a lot. But it was definitely an errant puck that caused that issue. And that was a situation where we've had happen before, but not to this extent to cause such a delay. But we are ready to go for period number 2. And this time it's the long change period. Drury immediately sees a shot that comes in from Weinkoff. And really the biggest test right now for Josh Robbins was that third shot, and he has to make a good save on that. Bean comes in, or actually Beaupre comes in. Can't win the draw yet. It's a 2-0 Drury lead. Panthers with goals by the two sons, Johnston and Jameson. Shot comes in, steered aside by Dolan. And the Panthers looking for more here. Off of Beaupre's stick and sent all the way down, so it'll be chased by Russell Kosek to make sure it's not played, and we get an icing call, which we do. 19:23 to go in the period. Face off in the ISU zone. And they put Luke Aston in to take the draw. He'll get it. And the Panthers are able to keep it in. Off the boards, brought out and touched. So we'll get a hand pass, bring it back down into the Illinois State end of the ice. .1906 to go. We have not even played a minute yet of this period. Draw one. It's at center. And 18:56 to go. With ISU giving it away. Here down in front. Score by Matthew Johnston. Johnston's second goal of the game and 8th of the season. And only the Stuns have scored. Johnston with a nice move, so he sandwiches his goal around Jameson.
Goal. His 8th of the season and 2nd of the game. Scored by number 29, Matthew Johnston! Time of the unassisted goal, 1:13. Johnston, unassisted, his 8th of the season at 1:13.
It is a 3-0 lead for Drury. So Johnston, Jameson, and Johnston again. I know we've not seen that in a long while. Players with similar last syllables of their last name. Here's a drive comes in by Davidson. Now Davidson scores. Up top, a shot that is partially blocked on the attempt by Ravenstein. The puck is cleared and sent out. We get an icing call here. As the clock finally stops at 17:50. So Illinois State, they're going to be back here in a couple of weeks. They play Missouri State February 20th and 21st. That's sandwiched between games at the University of Illinois next week. 17:43 to go. Here's St. Clair. Drive comes in, they score. It's passed over to Ethan O'Rourke. For nothing. So you can see the play developing by St. Clair, gets it over to O'Rourke, and the Panthers with 2 more quick goals.
Panthers goal, his 4th of the season, scored by number 10, Ethan O'Rourke. Assisted on the play by number 7, Jamison St. Clair. Time of the goal, 2:14. O'Rourke, his 4th of the season from St. Clair at 2:14.
I think he's got that wrong. It's O'Rourkeson, right? But O'Rourke gets the goal. Now Layden out of his own zone. Now sent over as O'Rourke to chase. Young Menard will get it. Drop it down in low. Panthers trying to gain possession. Jamison St. Clair is there. Kicked and held in by Garcha. Spun around, Garcha with it. Nice move as he gets around McDermott. Moved over to the far side. 4-0 Drury. Here's a backhander in that misses. Shot comes in. Garcha saw it sail high. It goes into the far side. But the grabbed and sent over to the near side once again. Worked over and out to center ice. All the way down. Panthers with Bosher. Tipped away from him. Now it goes to Sadownik. And across the line, here is a backhander that does not make it through by Dagger. Panthers looking to steal. They'll send it back into the attacking zone now. 15:37 to go in the period. 4-0 Drury. They're out shooting Illinois State 20-20, make that 21-3 now. Here's Garcha out of his own zone. His pass broken up and sent down for ISU. Across the line now. Here is Barghini. Nothing but whiter jerseys, white and red. Here come the Panthers with Beaupre. Oh, Bosher, big hit as he slams Barghini into the boards. Behind the net, Dolan will stop it there. 14:50 remaining in period number 2. Behind the net, Aston assisted on the first 2 goals off of Walters, but apparently he didn't touch it, so Young Menard is able to keep it in play. No stoppage there for a hand pass. Puck is once again kept in by Young Menard. Drops it down, looking for Aston. 17 assists this season to go with 7 goals, 24 points. Off the side of the net, rimmed around. Daniel Beaupre is the leader with 31 points. Garcha second, Walters third, Aston is 4th, but we'll see how things shake up after tonight. Now here is an opportunity. They score low along the left circle. Switek will get the goal, and it's 4-1. So that will be Jacob Switek's 11th goal this year.
Illinois State goal, scored by number 22, Jacob Switek, assisted by number 12, Will Tricarico. Time of the goal, 6:06. Switek from Tricarico at 6:06.
Meanwhile, we get a stoppage in play here. It is going to be face-off that'll come outside. 13:28 remains in the period. And just the fourth shot and a goal. So Robbins only facing 4, and that's got to be tough for a goaltender. Doesn't see many shots. And we're almost halfway through this hockey game, and there's just 4. Here comes Devin Jamison. Drive comes in. That is blocked. Up top, missing wide, Beaupre. Now to the corner. Ravenstein drops it in. Broken up, cleared out to center. Here's a 2-on-1. Panthers try to catch up. The connection does not hit Trucksaw, and then we get a pass that comes right out in front, and Robbins will hold on. 5th shot now on Robbins. Shots 23-5. Now this is a record. Panthers going this long in a game without a team at least being in double digits in shots. Stolen by Layden. Taken by O'Rourke. Given back and eventually to Layden again. It's tipped down in by St. Clair, no icing. O'Rourke to tip it away. Manages to go behind the net. And cleared out. Might be a break. A 3-on-2. Illinois State brings it in. Working around everybody is Switek. And now St. Clair. Across the line, offside is the call. .11:51 to go in the period. 4-1. Johnston, Jameson, Johnston, O'Rourkeson. All right. O'Rourke gets the goal to make it a 4-0 game, and then Switek with Tricarico, that is, getting the assist. Face off as we get a stoppage in play. .11:30 remaining. Kosek with it off the draw. It's at center. Russell Kosek playing his 21st game for the Panthers. Only has 1 goal, but he has 10 assists to go with it. Now off the stick of Tricarico. And back down into the ISU zone where it's quickly sent out. Panthers on the line as they tried to move it in. There is Panthers coming in. Beaupre, drive in, save, rebound loose. It's behind the net. Good save by Dolan. Dolan comes in with a .907 save percentage. He's the only goaltender, well, with the exception of one who is not in the lineup tonight, Dylan Posh, but he has a .900 save percentage, but Dolan at a .907. There's a shot in. This time Robbins ready for it. The rebound sails up high by Carson, that is, Pishker. Now Beaupre battles for it. Intercepted by Brewer. It's 360 to spin out of the way. Aston with it. His pass connects. And sending it in is Beaupre as he goes to the bench. Panthers regain at center. Ravenstein. Layden. His pass over will be sent in by Johnston. Now right out in front, an opportunity, and we get a whistle for what is going to be maybe a penalty. Official has his arm up. Or is it just the net being dislodged? Probably the net. .39 to go in the period. And Layden with it for the Panthers in his own zone to Aston. Drops it across, has Walters with him. Aston could not get around the stick check defensively of Sam Truxaw. Panthers keep it in. Shot is blocked on the attempt by Aston. The rebound by Francis Young-Menard sails wide. And a 9:04 to go in the period. Here's Aston in his own zone. Springy to go after him. Ryan Callahan is on the ice. He also goes after him, and then a big hit as Turch puts Aston down. Panthers reset. Kosick with the drive in. Young-Menard changes. It's at center once again. Panthers will regroup. Davidson. Kosick. Intercepted by Illinois State. Redbirds want to change. They get at least one off. Make that Robbins will clear it behind his own net. Off a Horiachka's stick. Pass tipped down in. Kosick will go after it. He's ridden into the boards hard by Giovanni Barghini. Pass up in. They tip it. It was Dagger to get a partially fanned on pass, but Barghini is able to tip it in, and it's now all of a sudden a 4-2 game. The goal by Barghini will be his 12th. Dagger will get an assist. Goal coming at 12:10, I believe. And we get an offside here.
Illinois State goal scored by number 16, Mason Kerr. Assisted by number 92, Dominic Dagger. And number 8, Luca Weinkoff. Time of the goal, 12:10. Kerr from Dagger and Weinkoff at 12:10.
Well, they're going to give it to Kerr, apparently. Okay. So Kerr will get the goal. That is his first goal, Mason Kerr. And now we get a whistle for a stoppage. Scott, do we have that one again? I want to look to see. Looks like we're going to get a penalty here. Replay doesn't like it. This is a tripping call against Dagger. Three penalties, 14 minutes. Because of the 10 to Truxaw. Now, this is what I've been able to understand. Truxall was the one.
To number 92, Dominic Dager. 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 12:37. Dager, 2-minute minor for tripping at 12:37.
Meanwhile, the Panthers were that close to scoring on the power play, and the shot is taken and cleared down. So what I've been able to understand is Truxall was the one that apparently had backed into the glass. Now, from also what I'm understanding, it was one of those things where, let's say if you've got a celly and you jump into the glass kind of thing, that is from what I'm understanding had happened. And because of that, the official just wanted to not necessarily hurt the team per se, but having the players sit in because of the delay that was caused. So that's the reasoning from what I'm understanding and what I've been told by a couple of sources. That's why he was given 10, because obviously it doesn't hurt the team if you gave a 2-minute. Here come the Panthers with Jamison. Shot comes in, steered away. 42 seconds remaining in the power play. Drop down by Ravenstein. He'll help out. Will Ravenstein has some room, gets it over left side. Aston back up to Ravenstein, got checked on that play. Kept in by Sadownik. Running it around to Jamison. Now Ravenstein, power play for 20. Up top, Sadownik. Right side, now over to the left side. Off the boards, could not handle it, did Aston, and the puck is cleared out to center. Robbins, that is able to clear. I want to get that sun in there. We get an icing call here. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Face-off will be in the Panthers zone with 5 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Coming to take the draw will be Pavel Botkin, and for the Panthers, it will be Tyson Horiachka. And the Panthers win. Aston has some room, goes wide right. Aston gets cut off. Devin Jamison is there. He slides down behind, going to draw a penalty. Power play for the Panthers. It's a trip. This will be their second power play. And going into the box and arguing it is Tricarico. Second consecutive tripping penalty assessed to the Redbirds. Dager had one, and now Tricarico. Here in the second period, 4 penalties, 16 minutes.
Illinois State penalty to number 22, Jacob Switek. 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 14:43. Switek, 2-minute minor for tripping at 14:43. The Panthers are on the power play.
Yeah, I'm going to get some new glasses. Okay, so it is not him. It is 22, Switek. 1:28 remaining in the power play. Panthers continue to work it. Young Menard waits, drops it down in low. Picked up, coming out from behind the net is Garcha. Cross now with Davidson. Up top to Garcha again. And that was actually Walters 19, not 39, and the puck is cleared out to center. Here comes Beaupre, brings it across the line, has some room, he shoots in, and it's blocked in front, rebound loose, taken by Walters. 45 remaining in the power play. Puck over to the top to Ravenstein, now to Walters, he shoots in, save, rebound loose, and it is still held in. Good job by the Panthers. Centering pass broken up, and a backhander by Bakken now finally goes to his forehand, and he'll clear it in. 18 to go on the power play. So Drury, who has a 4-2 lead now, did not really get anything established on this. Now puck stolen, coming in shorthanded, and an opportunity for Weinkauf. It's saved twice, 3 times, as Robbins will see his defense pick it up. Power play is expired, so the Redbirds were that close to making it a 1-goal game. Now the Panthers will ice it here. 3 minutes exactly to go in the period. So Johnston, Jameson, Johnston, O'Rourke, and then Switek and Kerr for Illinois State to make it a 4-2 affair. St. Clair. He'll bring it out and send it down. 2:46 to go in the period. Penalty, no, it's not a penalty. Okay, the official had his hand up, and I don't know what for. Then he quickly brought it down. So play continues. There's a blast in. Robbins the save on the drive from Tricarico. ISU all of a sudden with some pressure here. Bosher, he gets tied up with Switek. And brought in for the goaltender to clear. And all of a sudden, end-to-end hockey coming across the line. St. Clair, he is able to clear it, get it out. Taking a header is Tegan Newman. He's on the ice, and we get a whistle stoppage of play with 1:58 to go. Officials getting everything figured out. Face-off will come at center ice. And to kick both out. Davidson comes in. Ryan Callahan in. And Callahan to win the draw, but lost his stick on all of that. In front of the Illinois State bench. Puck driven back in to the Panthers' end for Francis Young-Menard. Young-Menard is able to push it out and flip it up over Buchholz, and it's down into the Illinois State zone. 1:30 to go in the period. Played to the right side, drive in by Layden. Now Layden will pick it up defensively. There comes Francis Young-Menard. He'll get it out behind the back pass. Doesn't connect. And we've got less than a minute to go in the period. Layden will reverse. Gets it over to Young-Menard. He'll send it out past the referee in front of the Drury bench. Intercepted, though, by Trucksaw and taken at center. 43 seconds remaining. Puck sent down in. Goaltender Joshua Robinson comes out. Panthers with a quick pass to Anmal Garcha. Across the line. Garcha with it. Lost it. He gets taken out of the play, although the Panthers keep it in. Bosher will drive it down in low. Bosher looking to put a check. He does. Gets a check on Trucksaw. And sent in now for Tegan Newman. 1 goal this season for Newman. In fact, his only goal was against Illinois State on November 8th. Sadownik with no time on the clock. Trying to get a shot off.
That's the end of the second period. Recapping the second period activity. At the 1:13 mark, an unassisted goal, his 8th of the season and 2nd of the game, credited to Matthew Johnston. Drury goal at 2:14, scored by number 10, his 4th of the season, Ethan O'Rourke, assisted by number 7, Jamison St. Clair. Illinois State goal, scored at the 6:06 mark by number 22, Jacob Switek, assisted by number 12, Will Tricarico. Illinois State goal at 12:10, a scoring correction from what was originally announced. The goal, scored by number 20, Giovanni Barghini, assisted by number 92, Dominic Dager, and number 8, Luca Weinkoff. Again, Barghini with the goal, Dager with the assist, as well as Weinkoff. Illinois State penalty at 12:37, 2-minute minor for tripping to number 92, Dominic Dager, and Illinois State penalty at 14:43, a 2-minute minor for tripping to number 22, Jacob Switek.
Well, we're correct here. Barghini does get the goal, his 12th of the season. Dager and Weinkoff with the assist, 4-2. So power plays, the Panthers are 0 for 2. Again, there was a 10-minute misconduct also in that. And then we have no power plays yet for the Redbirds. Panthers have not taken a penalty. Need to double check on that. I have 4 total penalties for 16 minutes. And since there is no coincidental, that has to be a 0 for 3. Yes, it is an 0 for 3 power play that I did not have in my column. So we'll take a look at the shots. Each team with 9. So a 2-period total of 27 on Larkin Dolan, and with 9 on Robbins, 2-period total of 11. Well, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will hear from Gavin McIntosh. We'll do that in just a moment. But after 40 minutes of play, and they're actually making this a fairly fast game after 40 minutes of play, it is a 4-2 lead for the Drury Panthers. We will be back.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created junk email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now talking with Gavin McIntosh of the Drury Panthers at Sherwood Park, Alberta. You've only seen 5 games of action, but you hope to get into a couple more?
Yeah, we got a good team this year, and we got a lot of D-man. So it's a battle every practice to try and get in, and wherever coach wants, we all play. So yeah, obviously I want more ice, but if we're winning games like we are, I'm pretty happy too.
Yeah, you're definitely on a team right now that is ranked number 5 as we come into the weekend. Obviously, it's fair to say that every game is important, but this is a team that's gone through streaks already.
Yeah, every game's important for us, but we keep building, and every time we lose, we take a little piece of that loss and bring it back, and hopefully get that streak going again. So it's nice.
I'm counting down. It looks like 4 players from Sherwood Park. So
yeah.
Do you know all of them?
I do, yeah, pretty well.
Of course, Anmal Garcha is one of them. He's from there. And I believe Taylor Haggerty. And the other is Luke Aston. No.
Tyson Horiachka.
No, Tyson Horiachka, yep. I'm looking at the wrong line there.
That's a St. Albert. That's the guy we don't like, St. Albert.
Yeah, he's from St. Albert. Oh, yeah. But When you came here, did you know that you were going to come in, with a couple of players that maybe you've known before?
Yeah, so actually Lucas Sedonic, I played with him in Princeton. He's a St. Albert guy too, and he was kind of talking about it. I'm like, okay, that seems pretty interesting. And then Garcha kind of got on board, and then yeah, it was good to have those guys we kind of knew to come down to, so it's not new place and new people. It's we kind of figured it out together, which was nice.
Okay, but I have to ask, do you make fun of Jameson St. Clair and Jackson Truchon because they're not from Canada?
We definitely jab them a bit about that. Being Canadian, I think we try and be nice and don't bring it up too much. But they'll hear it coming in the Olympics for sure. They heard it when the Four Nations was going on, so they'll hear it again.
Absolutely, that's going to be tough. So I would assume that everybody but those guys are rooting for Canada?
Yeah, everyone. It's tough. I bet even Cookie's rooting for Canada this year. So I think they're the soul too.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, you want to hope that it comes down to the finals and it's U.S. versus Canada. But we'll wait and see. I mean, other teams have surprised in the past. So.
Yeah, it'll make for a better gold medal for sure. But I mean, anyway, we'll win. We'll take it.
Speaking of winning, this is a team that I've mentioned has been on several winning streaks. Is there any pressure to continue to win? The team has won, and then they've lost, like to Ohio. So, not that you expected that, but I'm sure you probably didn't expect the way that you lost too, getting shut out. But is there a lot of pressure off of the team now?
I'd say so, yeah. Especially like going to last year with that streak we did have after I think we lost our third game of the year and then went on a heater for a bit. We had some pressure last year. This year, I think just less pressure, especially like even going into that game, and then we lose. That's a tough loss, but that pressure's off us, and it kind of has been off us since last year.
This is a team that scored 102 goals. You've only given up 39, so defensively you're doing well, but on offense, guys can put the puck in the net.
Yeah, we got some scorers up there, and they let people know, which is pretty good. It's definitely better playing with them than against them. Sometimes it sucks in practice, and then our goalies keep us in on the back end. We got some good goalies, and the defense, structurally sound, and some guys that can make a good first pass. So I mean, all around pretty good. But those forwards up there, they could keep us in games.
Gavin McIntosh is joining us on the Drury Panthers. Now, for those of us who are geographically challenged, whereabouts is Sherwood Park?
Oh, I'll try and I don't even know where to go with this one, but above Montana, probably. I don't even know how far, but probably middle of nowhere for most of the Americans looking at a map. But Edmonton, right by Edmonton,
Okay.
Alberta, so west coast of Canada.
So higher than Calgary, but
Yeah.
near Edmonton.
Yeah.
Okay. I would assume a lot of snow there.
A lot of snow, yeah. Going back at Christmas kind of sucked, and it was cold too. But the snow's good sometimes. You got to do the outside activities like skiing and all that, so it's pretty good.
Well, you've been dealing it with 2 weeks here, so it's probably not a big deal for you.
Yeah, it feels like home, which I mean is a good thing, but also bad. I'm ready for the warmer weather.
I don't blame you. Absolutely, I am too. When you were playing up there, what was it like when you first discovered or knew hockey? I mean, did your parents get you into it? Was it just because hockey's there and it's prevalent? Do you remember when that first time was when you discovered it, so to speak?
Yeah, I think it was a mix of both. Like my dad played some college hockey, and he's coached at some pretty high levels and stuff. So he obviously wanted someone to go in there, and but also like just the culture. Like everyone does it. And I remember maybe being 3 or 4 years old and doing like a learn to skate where the people would draw with the markers, and you'd have to like practice your stopping and all that. And I kind of fell in love with it there, and then obviously playing the game is a little more fun than the practicing the skating part. So
now, as a defenseman, they've said it for goalies, that goalies generally skate backwards better. Do defensemen generally skate backwards better?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes, I mean, there's the odd forward that can do it, but defense pretty much not perfect, but they have the the go-ahead on that one for sure compared to the forwards.
Do you feel that you're a stay-at-home defenseman, or
Yeah.
do you want to be the offensive type defenseman?
I've kind of built my career around being like a good stay-at-home defenseman, likes to block shots, can make that first pass out. I mean, I'm not totally handicapped when it comes up to the offensive side, but I wouldn't be a offensive defenseman like some of the guys on our team here. Probably more two-way stay-at-home defenseman type.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
That's tough. Right now, I mean, I'm taking business at Drury there, so something in the realm of that. I've always thought about maybe like a coach, like coaching in some capacity, probably not for a lot of money, but like as a side gig. So whatever job I do have, maybe coaching a midget team or just wherever I end up, just a hockey team, try and get that going.
So business and then coaching.
Business and coaching. I mean, we'll see. If plans change.
Or whatever takes you to wherever it goes, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And you would prefer it to be in hockey. Is that fair to say?
No, I think I just like to go home and get a good job there, and with all my free time, hopefully I'll be able to put it back into the sport and coach. And I feel like, I mean, I could help as an assistant coach. That'd probably be the role I'd go for.
Well, how exciting would it be to come back and say you were on a national championship team?
That'd be a pretty good resume booster there for teams hiring coaches and all that. I mean, just like bragging to my buddies back home, like guys that just never ended up going as far as they wanted to with hockey. I think they'd be happy for me, and it'd just be fun to bring it back home to those guys.
Well, right now ranked number 5 as of this interview, and that's always something to brag about for sure. Speaking of bragging, who in the locker room right now is kind of that most inspirational?
Oh, inspirational. I'd go Jameson St. Clair. He's been getting the boys going recently, and I think Brett Sweet's he's always up there for having something to say, like getting the guys going. He's always got a good piece to add.
He can brag right now. He's 5-0 as a goalie.
Yeah, he can. It's funny. I mean, sometimes he's chirping the other goalies about it, but it's all jokes, and it's good to see our goalies do well.
Talking with Gavin McIntosh of the Drury Panthers. Okay, you just mentioned it, chirping. Who is the best chirper on the team?
I wouldn't say best, but person that likes to do it the most and thinks he's never wrong is Devin Jameson. I mean, you could chirp him or argue about anything with him, and he'll end up, I mean, not losing. He wouldn't win because he won't be right, but somehow he finds a way to not lose.
Interesting. Okay. Siblings. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have an older sister, actually, and she played hockey for a bit too. So,
she did?
Yeah. So that was good to kind of bounce some ideas off her and everything when I didn't want to talk to my dad after a bad game or something.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, what's the age difference?
She is 2 years older than me.
Okay, so then you guys probably had a chance to play on not necessarily on the same team, but if you did some shinny or something, you could play?
Yeah, I think maybe. I don't think we ever played together because she started the year after me. She did some other stuff before that, and then that kind of that spread the age group out too much.
Okay.
But on the ODR and everything, it's fun to play with her, and my dad will get out there and everything too. He's a little slower than he used to be, but.
Okay, between the two, I'm talking to you and your sister. Who's better?
Me. Easy. Easy for that. I mean, she played like AAA and everything growing up, and she played like junior female hockey in Alberta, but I don't know. I feel like I'd be the better player.
Okay, the big question is who ended up being the goalie? Like when you guys played, maybe you had 2 or 3 out there playing. Did you have a goalie?
On the ODR, not as much. We'd just try and go for posts, but mini sticks and everything. I remember I would always want to be a goalie. My dad wouldn't let me. Too much money for all the pads and stuff. But I just always wanted to be a goalie in mini sticks.
So if he let you, do you think maybe you'd be a goalie?
If he let me, I would definitely be a goalie. Probably not a good one, but it's probably better I did defense instead of goalie. But
well, you don't know because obviously you haven't done it.
Yeah,
so,
true, I guess.
But at this point, you know, you're, like you say, you're doing what you need to do, and you know, eventually you'll get your chance to get a little bit more ice time out there. And
yeah, I mean, as long as whatever I can do to help the team, and even if I get in and it's not as big as a role as last year or anything, like I want to win. So if that's blocking a shot and then getting off and then anything like that, like I'll do whatever it takes.
Well, the one thing I can tell you is generally when I talk to players at the end of interviews, they generally will during the game get a goal or something. So, and then I of course wish you more goals. So hopefully we'll get some, and you can talk about the next time you got a goal, and we'll talk about your celly too.
Oh, I don't know if you guys want to see that. That'll be a bad celly.
You think so?
I'm not used to scoring, so.
Oh, it'll be a good one.
I hope.
All right. Hey, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Gavin McIntosh of the Drury Panthers. We'll take a break. More hockey coming up.
Tri-Lakes Marine has upped its game. Not only is Tri-Lakes Marine the largest Yamaha outboard dealer in the state with G3 aluminum fishing boats and a full lineup of Suncatcher pontoon boats, Tri-Lakes is now the area's newest and largest Bennington dealer. Bennington pontoons are the pinnacle of luxury pontoon boats, and Tri-Lakes Marine has several models in stock. If you're ready to up your game on the lake, stop by Tri-Lakes Marine today on your way to Table Rock, just 15 minutes south of Nixa on Highway 160, your full-service boat and motor dealer.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. That's the west rink right there. The east rink is where we are, but it was renamed the Stan Melton Ice Arena, which of course is named for the founder of hockey in Springfield and the founder of Missouri State Hockey, which will host these Illinois State Redbirds coming up in a couple of weeks. We are underway in the third period, a 4-2 game, and the proverbial it's anybody's game here right now with a just 2-goal lead for the Panthers. Now here's Garcha. Has some room. Tipped in front by Bosher, and it gets deflected on the pad save by Dolan, and it's cleared out to center ice. Back for the goaltender, Robbins. He'll send it into the corner, picked up by the Panthers. They shovel it ahead to Garcha. Across the line, 3-on-3. Now, as it gets deflected momentarily, it's intercepted, taken away by Tricarico. Left side drive now. Good blocking, sliding blocked by Bosher. 19:05 to go in the period. Back behind the net, Dagger is there to try to check for it. Getting upended is Lucas Sadownik. Play continues. And it comes right out in front, but the Panthers will have possession. 3-on-3. One-handing it through is Bosher. He'll drop it down where it'll be Sam Truxaw with it. 9 goals this season for him. Puck is flipped down off of the glass by Matthew Johnston. And turned the other way. Here come the Panthers across the line. And a shot that comes in and a save by Dolan on the one by Aston. Backhanded by Matthew Johnston at the half boards. Left side drive is blocked on the initial shot by Walters. Sent down in low. Johnston waiting for it. Comes to the side of the net, and the goaltender Dolan will hold on. Aston had the shot. Johnston was waiting for the pass behind the net, but Aston kind of fanned on it, and it was the goaltender Dolan to hold it up. Well, several injured players for the Redbirds, including Aiden Besdick. He is not here this weekend. Robin Kusick also injured. And right off the draw, the Panthers score. They get what they need, a 5-2 lead. KT Walters will get it. It's right off the draw, and you can see that Walters just leads the draw in, and he'll score. 5-2, and for Walters, goal 13.
Panthers goal, his 13th of the season, scored by number 19, KT Walters! Time of the unassisted goal, 1:47. Walters, 13th of the season, unassisted at 1:47.
Now we're going to get a penalty here as Davidson will get called for a hook. And he'll be in the penalty box. First power play, first penalty against the Panthers. So here in the third period.
Drury penalty to number 39, Joe Davidson. 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of the penalty, 2:03. Davidson, 2-minute minor for hooking at 2:03.
So a golden opportunity to get another goal here for ISU and make it a 2-goal game, but the Panthers immediately steal and clear. Trucksaw. Looking for someone to pass to. They get it up cross and into the zone, but immediately stolen by Drury and cleared. Drury looking to go 21-2 on the season. Illinois State hoping they could go 15-12-2 if they could gather a victory. Down in Barghini. 52 remaining in the power play. The first one for Illinois State. McDermott. Out of his own zone. Leads it ahead. He'll go to Barghini. Across the line. Barghini one-hands it through. Shot off and blockered into the corner. 28 remaining in the power play. Far side again. Dagger. Puck comes out to center. Here come the Panthers. Across the line, St. Clair. He waits, stops up, gets a shot. Nobody there. Ricochets off, right side. It'll be sent down by Sadownik. Rimmed around to the far side. Sent right back in by Drury. They would have been offside, but they're all changing, so no pressure now. As Dolan will send it over to McDermott out of Chicago, Illinois. Power play is expired. We're back to 5-on-5, and we go all the way down into the Panthers' end. No icing. Stopped by the goaltender, Josh Robbins, making his first start this season for the Panthers. Puck sent down into Dolan. Oh, Dolan misplayed the puck. Bosher didn't see that it was misplayed. He would have stopped on time. Panthers have it. Turned around, though, on the pass by Brewer, intercepted, taken by Tricarico. Now it will be the Panthers. They go left to right, across the line, into the zone. 4-on-4. Here's Garcha to stop up. Off to the left side now, and a shot by Ravenstein goes wide. It was Brewer to get it over to him, and it's out to center ice. Now here's Ravenstein. He'll come left with it. He shoots in, and he just missed. Would have been up over the glove of Dolan, but he just missed the shot. Wide right. Panthers keep it in. Ravenstein tipped, and Francis Young-Menard pokes it down low. Nobody there, though. Garcha to Young-Menard. It's inadvertently stopped because it hit Bosher. Now a pass by Garcha is broken up by Church, and it's cleared. Panthers kind of gave up on it as they were going for a line change. They needed to do that. Walters had it for a moment. Now grabbed by Sprini. Checked away from Callahan as it was dropped off to him. 14-12 to go in the period. 5-2 Drury. They're getting the goals that they need. Johnston, Jameson, Johnston, O'Rourke, Walters. In between that, Switek and Barghini with 2 goals for Illinois State. There comes Sprini. He'll send it all the way down, and we get an icing call here. 13:49 remains. Icing will bring it back into the Illinois State Redbirds end of the ice. On the road, Illinois State 6-5-1. They've scored 40, allowed 56. A little bit better at home, 8-6-1. Actually, let's update that. They are now 6-6-1. Forgot about the loss yesterday on the road. Panthers keep it in. Davidson. They'll look to center it. Horiachka spins and a save. Rebound loose. Save again. Tucked in. Horiachka. He scores. Now we've got a whistle for some issues here. Now, the big key is the goal was in the net. It was a goal, but the referee did not indicate that it was a goal. And then we had some pushing and shoving behind. So is it a goal or is it not? Horiachka leads the line. There's the fracas that happened afterwards. But the key is it a goal? Or regardless, the goal was in before any of this took place. So I understand calling of penalties. That's not the issue. The key is the goal. And what happened was Horiachka banked it off the goaltender, Dolan, and in the net. It was already in the net before anybody started to skirmish. You can see cross-checking is being called. But are they saying it's no goal because the initial penalty was against Drury? So we have a penalty to Davidson. Let's see what we have here. Another power play.
Panthers goal, his 7th of the season, scored by number 14, Tyson Horiachka. Assisted on the play by number 81, Devin Jameson, and number 39, Joe Davidson. Time of the goal, 6:29. Horiachka, his 7th of the season, from Jameson and Davidson at 6:29. Drury penalty to number 81, Devin Jameson. 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 6:29. Jameson, 2-minute minor for cross-checking at 6:29.
So that catches everything up. It was a goal. It was never announced, at least on the ice. But now it's a power play and a scramble out in front. Panthers can't block it away. Another opportunity. Well, it was there. The net was dislodged. And a barrage of shots. So no goal with 1 minute remaining in the power play. Here they come again up top. Pad save on the shot by Trucksaw. Now Trucksaw drops it in low. The attempt to clear is stopped by Trucksaw, so it doesn't go all the way down. 36 seconds remaining. Here's Switek. Grabbed by Chicarico. Drive comes in. Good stick work there by Robbins. 20 seconds remaining. Now sliding it over is Trucksaw. Puck is deflected out and cleared, and penalty killers will wind up for the Panthers now with 6 seconds remaining. Francis Young-Menard can't clear. It's 5-on-5 as Layden had it. He'll send it to the near side boards. Coming in is Switek to check. Now 11:20 to go in the period. Oh, fanning on it was Buchholz. Now Buchholz again. He'll push his way through. Layden is there to stop it. Well, Panthers cough it up, and they get it right back. So Drury across the line now into the zone for Beaupre. Daniel Beaupre, 15 and 16, 31 points for him. The leader coming into today's game. Now Dager with it. Panthers are able to get it to Horiachka, who will, or take that back. That's Garcha, who will send it in. And a 10:30 remaining in the third. We had a delay of about 45 minutes because of a broken pane of glass. Bosher across the line, sends it over to Beaupre. He works it down low, intercepted though, taken away by Mason Kerr. He's able to clear it out to center ice. And helped in by Trucksaw. Penalty coming up. It's going to go against the Panthers, I believe. Check from behind. So the Panthers will have to sit. See if we can get right there. You can see it. So Bosher will go in. Third power play for the Redbirds as Bosher goes in. Check from behind here in the third period.
To number 21, Nolan Bosher. 2-minute minor for checking from behind. Time of the penalty, 10:03. Bosher, 2-minute minor for checking from behind at 10:03.
Now 9:38 remaining in a 6-2 Panther lead. Across the line. That'll do it. Oh, fans react to Switek getting upended at the blue line. Brought across by Trucksaw. Panthers have it. They have 9 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in their last home game of the season. All remaining games will be on the road, including playoffs. Across the line. Stopping up is Ravenstein. Gale is there to put a check. Barghini steps out of that. He'll bring it across the line, left side. Barghini swings it all the way around. 47 seconds remaining in the penalty. Here is Giovanni Barghini. Or Barghini, that is. Not a K in there. 11 goals, 6 assists. Shot comes in. It makes its way through, and they score. It's a power play goal. And all of a sudden, 6-3 is what we're looking at. So what looked like an innocent play makes its way through. It might have been tipped in front. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-3 contest. Kevin Klein will tell us all about it.
Illinois State goal. His second of the game, scored by number 20, Giovanni Barghini, assisted by number 8, Luka Weinkoff. Time of the power play goal, 11:36. Barghini from Weinkoff. Power play goal at 11:36.
That's Borghini's 13th and second of the game. And once again, look out. It's a 2-goal scenario here. Drive comes in. Dolan is able to block her away. Walters' shot. Walters again with a blast, and Dolan makes it go up over the net off of his chest. Johnston gets it to the point. Kept along the line, and Francis Young-Menard will race for it. Back in his own zone, Haggerty. Puck stolen. Picked up and sent over to the far side. Here's a shot that's tipped in front. Save, rebound is loose. Panthers have it. They come the other way. Racing his way through is Davidson. He'll stop up. Davidson with it. Rolls behind for Truxaw to steal. Puck gets flipped up into the net. So we will have a face-off. It'll stay in the zone. 7:04 to go in the period. But it is a 6-3 game. Now just a 3-goal lead. Botkin comes in. Panthers on the face-off for Horiachka, who doesn't win it, but it stays in the zone. Off the glass, kicked out to center, and Horiachka with control. He got the last goal, a 6th goal that banked off the goaltender from behind the net and in. And then we had a skirmish after that, which resulted in a power play for Illinois State. And they have possession now. Chikarico with a drive in, pad save, rebound. Panthers get it out. Off of Davidson's stick. Now we get a couple of players tied up at each other's benches, and they separate. We go now to the Panthers, out of their own zone. Kosick steps out. Now across to Jamison. We'll get checked down in low from Kerr. Digger with it. McDermott on the ice now. He gets hit by St. Clair. Penalty coming up. Penalty to St. Clair, and the Panthers, all of a sudden, with 5:47 remaining, give Illinois State a chance. There's the high stick. You know, several have been, in a sense, let go this game and this series, but that one's called. St. Clair in. Power play number 4.
To number 7, Jamison St. Clair. 2-minute minor for interference. Time of the penalty, 14:13. St. Clair, 2-minute minor for interference at 14:13.
Well, I can go with interference more than I can with a high stick, so that's what it is. Now McDermott, back of his own zone to set things up. Over to the right side, Barghini. Taken away and cleared by the Panthers and sent down by Horiachka. Oh, we get a Panther. That is Newman that tried to put a hit on Pishker. He missed, fell into the boards. And play is out to center. Back down for 109 remaining. Coming all over the ice is Jared Gale. So is his stick. He goes back to the bench. Officials pick up the stick. They're looking to center it through. They hand it back to the bench. And 53 seconds remaining in the power play. Panthers trying to clear it defensively. They can't. Kept in. Left side shot. Switek. Right side drive missing wide on the attempt by Chikarico. He'll have it again. Snapshot in is blocked partially on Spreeney's attempt. 30 seconds remaining. Up top. Now work left side. Spreeney with a drive. It's blocked. Or Switek actually, 22. Now we get a Panther that is going to draw a penalty. It's going to be an interference call. Switek will go for interference. Now the Panthers on the power play with 4:01 to go. Second consecutive penalty for Switek. Excuse me, 15:59 will be the time of the penalty.
Illinois State penalty to number 22, Jacob Switek. 2-minute minor for interference. Time of the penalty, 15:59.
So now it is a power play for the Panthers for 146 as they get a man out. This will be power play number 4. Panthers to work it. Walters. Walters waits. Left side. Beaupre has some room. He shoots, and he just missed through everybody. It trailed wide of the net. Got through everybody. Puck is tipped out to center by Weinkoff and back down into the Panthers' end of the ice. 1:20 to go on the power play. They lead 6-3. But slowly, incrementally, Illinois State has been clawing their way back. Here's Walters. Panthers will move it ahead left side. Davidson across the line, looking to drop back. Does to Beaupre. Beaupre fighting through. He has Garcha in front, but instead, Young Menard save, rebound, Garcha score! (7-3) as Garcha gets on the board. Been a while for Anmol. That is his 12th this year. It is a power play goal, so Drury is 1 for 4 in the power play. 4 shots with the man advantage. And that's a goal there. (17-15).
A power play goal scored by number 88, Anmol Garcha. Assisted on the play by number 13, senior Francis Young Menard, and number 8, Daniel Beaupre. Time of the power play goal, 17-15. Garcha, his 12th of the season from Young Menard and Beaupre at 17-15.
Couple players take a header down to the boards. We have a scrum there and the whistle and a stoppage in play. 2:09 to go. We'll admit this game is a lot faster than I thought it would be, especially for a 45-minute delay. Panthers across the line. They'll drop it in. A centering pass. It's broken up. Now Ravenstein. His pass goes to Brewer, who got a shot in. Puck makes its way behind the net. St. Clair trying to push it through. Down to 140 remaining. Up top, shot missing wide by Kosek, and the rebound takes a tough one way out. Nobody could get there in time. Barghini does. Shot comes in. As it gets kicked out, the Panthers go the other way. Across the line, there's Davidson. Now centering pass, shot up high by Davidson on the Sadownik pass. Now Davidson again, looking up top. We're going to get a penalty coming up behind the play. I think 2 players are going to go. We know for sure Barghini is in, and I think they're also going to call Tegan Newman, or who is that? It's a slash. So we know Barghini's in for 2. And no, that's 10, so that must be O'Rourke. Five penalties each, 10 minutes for the Panthers, 18 for the Redbirds.
Number 10, Ethan O'Rourke. And to Illinois State, number 20, Giovanni Barghini. 2 minutes each for slashing. Time of the penalties, 18:50. O'Rourke and Barghini, 2 minutes each for slashing at 18:50.
So 1:02 remaining. And a 7-3 lead for Drury. Looking to go 21-2 on the season. Puck is sent out on a backhander now by Sadownik. Ahead, here is Newman with a shot that goes wide. Boucher on the ice now. Boucher stopped up. Taken away, though. And Pavel Botkin is able to keep possession. McDermott there. He'll flip it down. 28 seconds remaining. Tricarico with a drive in and a save by Josh Robbins. First game playing this season, of course. Joseph Kuchazlo, the number 1 goaltender, has not seen any playing time here this weekend. Brett Sweet, their secondary backup, saw yesterday's game, won that one. He's now 6-0 on the season. And now Josh Robbins gets some playing time here. Now here's Johnston. He shoots up high and it missed. Ricochets out with 9 seconds. Up top in front. It gets deflected high on the tip by Johnston. That'll do it for the game. Drury with a big win. Panthers now improved to 20-2 on the season.
The D1.
So KT Walters in the third period at 1:47. Tyson Horiachka will get his 7th of the season at 6:29. That made it a 6-2 game. Power play, Barghini, his 2nd of the game at 11:36, 6-3. And then Garcha on the power play. Francis Youngman and Bo Perry with the assists. 17-15, and that is the final shots on goal in the period. 6 in the third on Dolan, 3-period total of 33. 10 on Josh Robbins, and a 3-period total of 21. Again, power plays, the Panthers were 1 for 4 with the man advantage. Redbirds were also 1 for 4. Both power play goals coming in the third period late. Each team with Barghini and Garcha getting them. And the Panthers now once again improved to a record of 21-2. The Redbirds are now 1 game above 500 at 14-13-2. It's going to wrap up things here for us at Brightspeed Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena. It's been a lot of games. Big wins for both teams as both teams get sweeps. Division III against Mizzou and Division I against Illinois State. For Scott Lutzke, keeps us on the air a couple of hours away doing a yeoman's job. There's Scott. And for Gabby Marler, who does great camera work for us, I'm Steve Casson. Thanks for joining us. Next week, Scott, I don't know if you can throw up the schedule here. We got a couple of seconds, and if you can't, no worries. But there you go. Look at, he's all ready to go. A couple of next weekends will be Missouri State hockey. We'll have for you against Oklahoma, and the same Redbirds come back in the following weekend with them. Once again, the final score, 7-3 Panthers, as the number 5 wins it big over the number 29. That'll do it for us. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.